All right. That was a tough one. Battled back and forth. Guys left it all out on the field. And it's a tough result.
Coach, can you talk about the penalties and how it might have impacted the game?
Yeah, we had a number of them. Some physical penalties, some, offsides, if you will. Far too many. I want the guys to play physical this game, be aggressive. But whether it's roughing the passer or DPI, we had enough of them. There's a lot of penalties called this game. I think almost 260 yards worth between two teams. Certainly don't want to have as many penalties.
Brian, when you score 37 points in a game, how disappointed are you in your defense today?
Every game's different, Paul. I mean, last week it's 14-6 in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. This game is, back and forth. Score with 24 seconds left. Kick off, and we knew Aubrey had a long kick, had a long leg, and try to play tight coverage, try to do some things rush-wise. They made some good plays. Just made one more play than we did at the end.
You guys spent a lot of the offseason and camp talking about the need to start fast. To be 0-2 after the first 2 games, I mean, just how do you?
Yeah, I just say, this one hurts, Connor. These guys battled, man, for 60-plus minutes. So we'll, this one hurts. Put a lot into it.
How do you square Russell's excellent game with the interception at the end? Like, how do you evaluate it all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a few plays. I thought he played well. Made some plays, attacked certain things we wanted to attack. That 2nd and 3 kind of slipped out of his hand. That pushed us back there. Whether it was incomplete, not incomplete, obviously, they call it that way. And then that, deep shot kind of at the end. It was communication, not a bad communication, it was communication. Calf, I thought, called a good game. Again, this one's tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These guys battled. Dallas battled. And came down to the end.
What did you think about, why do you think you were so successful on the deep balls today?
Good throws, good catches.
Is that sort of what you were hoping this offense would look like this season? Right when you add Russell, you have some receivers that can get down the field. This is sort of what you, and even Wandale, you guys said all season we're going to throw the ball more to him downfield.
Yeah, I mean, explosive plays help, obviously. I know you guys know that. I'd say we hit a number of them in the pass game today. Just, collectively, just a couple plays short. No excuses. But these guys, it's a tough game. It's a tough game, back and forth. And I know our guys, they gave everything they had, man.
What was the thought process on when you put Jackson in for those 3 plays?
Well, the one that we hit was Scat. We were just talking about on the sideline. We didn't have much going in the running game. A couple of plays here or there. That particular one, it's kind of 11-on-11 football with a read. It kind of sprung Scat. It was good blocking. So, he did a couple good jobs with the handoff. Then he kept one and slipped on the one. I think that was right before the 4th down, if I'm not mistaken. But that was the reason why.
When the game starts on that opening possession, obviously Hudson had a rough one.
Yeah.
Just go through the thought process. I mean, when you talk to him, was something going on?
No, he had a number of them. Yeah, no, he had a number of them. I just thought, let's put Bo in, settle it down a little bit, and then, just told Carm and James keep an eye on it. Again, it's not like he wants to go out there and commit these. Have these penalties, you get the one where the guy slipped and you hit him in the head. So just thought at that particular time, put Bo in after, I think it was 4 penalties or 3 penalties, whatever it was. That's the reason why.
Ruck said 4 penalties. That hadn't happened in one drive in like 100 years. Did you contemplate at that point taking him out during the drive?
We were moving the ball. again, right off the game, it started out with a long return, probably 60 yards of field position there. We got a holding penalty, and we had a couple penalties on that opening drive. So he finished it out and went with Bo. But Hudson's a competitor. He's a competitive kid.
Tracy didn't start. We saw Cam get a lot more work. Just where are you standing with the running back room?
Just game by game. Then it depends on. I thought Scat was running hard. Got a lot of confidence in Tracy, and he did a good job on our kickoff returns. So we got three guys I think we can use, and if we think one's running pretty good or feeling it, we'll give it to him, and if not, we'll kind of use all three of them. But have confidence in all three of those guys. And he did a good job for us on a kickoff return today.
You mentioned several times, Brian, how much this one hurts. You guys put a lot
Yeah.
into it. How do you keep it from bleeding over?
You just get ready to play next week. I mean, you're going to hurt for 24 hours, that's for certain. These guys put a lot into it. They left everything they had on the field. Respect them a great deal for that. And it came up short. But you put a lot into it, coaches, players. You want to get the results that you hope for, and came up short. You let it sit for 24 hours, and you got to move on.
Did you think that your defensive aggression stayed throughout the game? Would you like to see you guys be more aggressive in the fourth quarter and overtime there?
Yeah, I thought we tried to play tight coverage. Mixed in a fair amount of stunts and games this week. Again, they made some plays against man-to-man coverage, sometimes doubled. And give them credit too. But our guys fought. Just came up short.
How much do the penalties bother a coach?
Well, I think there's kind of two types of penalties. There's jumping off sides and false starts, and then there's aggressive penalties. But I think you have to be smart. Whether you're putting down on the ground. I don't think Hudson tried to hit that guy. He was kind of slipping, but we hit him, and after the fact of hitting the quarterback late, again, we'll take a look at some of those and see what they are. But it's a lot of penalties that we had. So.
Is that something you need to address with them again?
Yeah, you're always addressing things, but obviously that's too many, and we'll work to correct it.
What went into the decision to put Tracy on kickoff return?
I thought he would help us back there.
Obviously, Russell, there was a lot of talk this week. There were a lot of criticism, people saying, getting near the end. How much do you think he silenced some of those critics that are out there this week by playing?
Yeah, I don't really think Russ worries about that, to be honest with you. I think he's done this for so long. What's going to come with the territory of being a quarterback in this league. Was business as usual for him during the week. Was preparing and studying and doing all the things at practice, and the other stuff that comes with it. I don't really think he focuses on that.
Do you anticipate using Dart a little bit more next week, or is it a game-by-game basis?
Yeah, we just got done with this one, so we'll see where we're at. Thanks, guys.